Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren with LaurenTeachesFlute.com. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a minute since I have posted any videos on this channel, but I've just really been feeling the nudge for like the past couple of months. And I'm just really sure that I want to get back in, and I have a lot of flute content ideas that I'm looking forward to sharing. I'm so happy to be back in this space. So thanks so much for joining me here today. So in today's video, I want to talk about making vibrato effortless and having effortless sounding vibrato on the flute. So this is for those of you that are just feeling like maybe your vibrato sounds a little bit tight, a little bit forced, maybe it sounds constricted, and maybe it's when you're just practicing the vibrato itself, it sounds okay, but then when you put it in music, it gets tight, it gets tense. So this is a video for you. So I have about 4 tips, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first tip is more of something to just be aware of. It's this kind of sense, especially if you're first starting out and a little bit inexperienced with vibrato. When a lot of us are learning vibrato, we learn slow vibrato. We learn to make pulses into the flute, just like little bursts of air into the flute. Right? But when we have to speed it up, it's like there's this weird combination of trying to do too much with your stomach muscles and your ab muscles, and this is kind of kicking and moving, and it's a little bit stuck in the throat, and it just sounds very constricted. So what I want to say, and what I want encourage you to pay attention to when you practice, is feeling it more in the windpipe. It's as if you're sighing, but you're also saying ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. It's continuous. You'll notice you'll notice what your stomach is doing when you're sighing, or just letting out the air like that. Ha 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 ha. It's not moving and kicking and doing all this stuff. It's just maybe supporting the sound, just as if you would ha, like through a sigh, right? It's consistent. It stays consistent. If you engage it, it stays engaged. Especially when you're running out of air, it engages more. So just feel it more in the windpipe. So you can actually play the flute just with the sigh. Just a light tone. Not trying to do too much, just let go, just relax the jaw as well. And then add ha 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 ha. Carry that into the flute. And see if you notice any differences. The next tip I want to give you is from Keith Underwood. And this, I would say, just try it first and see for yourself. It may look a little bit silly, but more times than not, I mean, it definitely seems to make a difference with my students and their tone and their vibrato. So this is where you play and you put your hand in front of you and visualize your vibrato out here, and you move your hand like this. So I'll just show you the example of that. You can even do the straight tone and then the vibrato and then the straight tone with this. And just see what happens when you try it. And you may not even quite notice the difference when you're just doing it, because a lot's going on and you might be focusing on other things and not listening as much. But if you record it see if you can hear the difference between the two. What my theory is that, once again, I think what happens for a lot of people is they get really stuck thinking about what they need to do in their body, and it just sounds really forced and unnatural. And when you're focusing out here and visualizing the vibrato out here, it just, you let go of all of this a little bit. You're not thinking so hard, you're not overthinking, you're not trying too hard. So I think that's part of it, but that's something that I've found has been very effective when I share it with my students. And so I will encourage you just to give it a try and see what you think. The next tip is kind of like ha 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 ha, but it might work a little bit better for some people. And I think it's also a Keith Underwood technique. It's saying F's. So keeping it continuous, working on that sound, trying to get a nice, loose, free vibrato with a lot of amplitude. Just listen to the sound. It's not stopping or choppy. It's just fluid. It's almost, again, like that sighing, but it's just another way of doing it, and it might actually work better for some people. You can do it in triplets. And then carry that feeling to the flute. And see what you think. I'm also just thinking of another one off the top of my head. You can do the F's, so you can do, and then you can carry that actually to the tube of the flute and just listen to your air. So I'm here, I'm not on the lip plate, and I just do it just so I can listen to my air. Hopefully you can hear it in the camera. So that's another technique you can use. You can just try that and carry that feeling that you have when you're playing the F's, or when you're playing on the tube of the flute, carry it into the actual flute playing. So I'm playing an A in the staff, so just play a note that you're really comfortable with and see if you notice any differences in your vibrato. Now, the fourth and final tip is going to be just playing with the flute embouchure and feeling the air on your hand, like this. So I'm just gonna say little things I'm thinking of as they come up into my mind, but I'm actually just focused on the fast air. Like, there's the fast part of the vibrato, which is the high part, and then the part where you're not really doing much, the low part. I'm just thinking of the fast air. It's like fast, 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 fast. I'm not thinking of the fast and the slow air. The slow air happens automatically. But just these fast bursts of air onto the palm of my hand. See if I can feel the pulses on the palm of my hand. And also if I can feel a continuous airstream. I don't want the air to really stop, you know, when I'm playing vibrato. I should always feel something on my hand. If it's really choppy, it's going to feel like the air just stops. That would be, you want it to just always be open, always have that kind of feeling in your windpipe, and always feel, let the air go, let it be continuous. And more times than not, it's just like, don't overthink it, do less, just let it flow. Let it go, let it flow. So just try it on the palm of your hand, blowing on the palm of your hand. You could do a deep breath and that kind of sighing, relaxed feeling. And then carry it into the flutes. Just imagine you're doing the very same thing, just carry it into your flute playing. also just asking yourself questions like, where can I let go? Where am I holding tension? Can your jaw relax? Is your jaw tense? Can you let it go? Can you put a little bit more space between your back teeth and just let your jaw relax a little bit more? Do you feel tension in your chest or in your neck or in your stomach, or you're just tensing too much, or maybe even your shoulders? Just notice, where can I release tension? What can I release? What can I let go of? Where am I doing too much? And just experiment. Just bring awareness to those parts where it feels like you're tensing up, and see if you can let go, and see if it allows your vibrato to sound a little bit easier and flow more easily. So I encourage you to try these out and see which ones work for you. See which ones help your vibrato to sound free, effortless, and loose. And I hope that at least one of these tips really helps you and allows you to have an easier, more effortless sounding vibrato. So thank you so much for being here. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more tutorials like this one. And I will see you in another video very soon. Until next time, take care. Bye.